Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about bootleg DVDs. I have a lot of them now. Uh, let's see, what should I start with? I guess I'll start with some of these ones. These are some really weird bootlegs that don't really have any reason to exist. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Let's see, this was one of those things that came out, while it's still in theaters. I think it's actually, a recording from, inside a theater. I found this at a thrift store after, long after I'd actually found the DVD Blu-ray of Rise. So I really don't have any reason to own this, except for the novelty of saying I own a bootleg of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. There's, let's see, a bunch of, pre-production nonsense on the back. There's a list of special features, which I don't even think is on the normal DVD. Let's see, there's credits, which are all correct. There's language options, which are not on this, from what I remember. And then, yeah, here's a weird thing. Now, let's see. Here's a bootleg of Star Trek Discovery Season 1. And there's, the discs. Aren't they, lovely? The weird thing with this is the cover that's in here was made to fit in a Blu-ray case. But these are DVDs. And, the whole reason I got this was because the first episode of Discovery came out, it was released for free on CBS, and I saw it and thought, hey, that was pretty good. So, when the rest of the show came out, I didn't know if there was going to be a DVD, so I found somebody selling this, and I was like, oh, cool, I can get this. And then it came out on DVD, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. But then I actually watched this, and it was, or actually I did own the normal Discovery DVD at one point, and then I immediately got rid of it because I didn't like Discovery. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 2. And there's the disc. Not very creative. The cover is, let's see, it's actually, oh, this is actually nice quality. I don't know why. It looks like it's a real... Oh, wait, no, it is a copy. Okay. If you look really close at the top of the paper here, you can see, a blue line. And, yeah, that's a sign that it came out of a printer. So, for whatever reason, someone made a really nice cover for this Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 2 bootleg, but then the disc, they decided, just scribble on it. Now, this one is really bizarre. This is one of my favorite bootleg DVDs, actually. George Romero's Day of the Dead. And, let's see, there's the back of it, and you'll notice there's, little white things on there. Now, apparently... Oh, and on the spine, it's really interesting. Day of the barcode. Yeah, there's a sticker there, or at least there was a sticker on the cover that they copied this from. Oh, and this has those snappy things on it. Isn't that weird? Okay, anyway. So this was apparently copied from a copy from a video store. That's not a sticker. And these aren't stickers either. They're printed right onto this very high quality paper. But the weird thing is that, yeah, somebody rented this Day of the Dead DVD and then copied the cover onto super high quality paper. And the other weird thing is, let's see, this was a 2-disc set apparently. So here's the normal disc, and there's a second disc of bonus features on a bootleg. Isn't that just so bizarre? That somebody went to all the trouble to, yeah, and they even printed covers out for the bootleg DVDs, but you'd think if they were gonna go to all that trouble, why, just copy over this with the stickers on it? Why not print out, a clean cover? It's so weird. I don't know why they did that. Alright, now other stuff. Here's a couple of weird, pointless things. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The cover looks pretty normal. Looks like a typical copy of Harry Potter. There's the spine, but then you see the back of it. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a bootleg. Many enchanting and mysterious adventures await you. And then we have all the technical stuff down there, which is all correct. Oh. And there's the disc, which they actually printed a cover for, which, again, it looks legit until you feel it, and it's got that fuzziness to it. And also, it's slightly blurry. Then you look at the back, it's all purple, it's a DVD-R. Oh, and you can see the reflection recording in this. And it goes on, yeah, for infinity. Oh, and the box is broken. Which is just as well. I'm not gonna frickin' watch this anytime soon. Then I have another Harry Potter bootleg, Prisoner of Azkaban, with a theatrical poster on the cover. And then on the back, yeah, definitely... Oh, and the weird thing with this is this cover, really fuzzy, blurry, pixely, not super high quality, but then you look at the back. All these images are in really high quality. Like, these are high-def images. I have no idea what was going on with... Oh, and the spine is, like, upside down, European way or something. Oh, and the disc. They didn't bother. But they did at least put a little thingy down here. It says Harry Potter, pound sign, pound sign. Okay. Thank you. Okay, yeah, the description down here is just a description of the movie. Nothing too special there. Next up for some more theatrical bootlegs that don't really have a purpose to exist. This is a weird type of bootleg you might find once in a while if you go to a lot of thrift stores or flea markets. They come in a bag. So here we got The Cabin in the Woods in a bag. Let's see. It's one of these ones with like a little seal at the top. You slide out. So yeah, there's a cover. And there's the disc in a little bag. Prinko budget. So I guess the idea is they were too cheap to get a normal box, so they, yeah, just sell them in those bags. And, oh, here's another weird thing. They'll have, like, little numbers on the top of the spine. I don't know what that's about. The rest of this looks, like, about normal. Like, if you didn't know anything about this movie, what the normal DVD looked like, you'd look at this and think, oh, yeah, this is a normal DVD. So, yeah, stick it back in the bag. It's not something I really need. I just bought it for the novelty of having one of these weird movies in a bag. I don't know what exactly the idea is. Like, you really can't afford a box, and also, like, why even bother having the cover? Why not just print it right onto the disc or something? I don't know. Maybe they think this makes it look slightly more legit and professional? I don't know. And then here's a little one. There's the 2017 Power Rangers movie. It comes in a little disc sleeve. Yeah, it's CD sized. Okay. And they were nice enough to scribble Power Ranger on there. Yeah, not Rangers, just one. Unfortunately, the disc doesn't work at all on anything. I don't know what this disc was made for. It looks to be a typical DVD-R. Prinko 8X. Bunch of numbers, but for whatever reason it doesn't work anywhere, and not that I really needed it to work, because, like, it's the 2017 Power Rangers movie. It's not a hard movie to find. That's one of the weird things with a lot of these bootlegs, is they'll bootleg things that no one wants or needs. Like, I only bought it because it's Power Rangers, and it's a neat little novelty to have. Alright, moving on to things that have slightly more reason to exist. Here we got some bootleg TV shows. Now, bootleg DVDs and tapes and all that are actually kind of important when it comes to preserving media. You can post it up digitally here and there, but there's always the risk that it'll get taken down. Like if you post a show onto Internet Archive, eventually that show might disappear. Like a while ago, somebody uploaded all of the Knuckles show to Internet Archive. It's still technically there. You can go there, but you can't actually watch it. There's a listing, but there's just a picture of Knuckles. Well, that's not really that big of an issue. I'm pretty sure Knuckles is going to come out on DVD Blu-ray at some point or another. It won't end up lost, but some of these other shows, there was a good chance they could be lost forever. So right here, here's the Green Hornet, the old Bruce Lee Green Hornet show. And they even have, like, cover art for the discs. Isn't that cool? And as a bonus, they included the bonus episodes, the team-up episodes with Adam West Batman, which, at the time I got this, that wasn't out on DVD either. That was being, like, distributed by bootleggers. And this even has bonus features. Whoever made this, on therunvideo.com, I guess. they put a lot of, like, love and effort into this DVD. The only issue with this is, yeah, that little company, On the Run Video, their logo was in the corner of a bunch of the episodes on this. I don't know what that's about, like, cool. And then here's a funny bootleg of some Goosebumps episodes, or if you want to go by the spine, Goosebumps Oomps. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, on all the DVDs that Scholastic or whoever was putting out of Goosebumps, if you actually manage to collect all the DVDs, you'll have nearly every episode except for these ones. Haunted Mask, Werewolf Skin, and Cuckoo Clock of Doom, for whatever reason, never put out on DVD in the US or North America at all. If you want them, you gotta get the UK DVD here, which is long out of print, or the German Blu-ray, or whatever, but those are all region-locked. This, meanwhile, I'm pretty sure is Region 0. It says NTSC Region 1, but like, that's something, again, that's kind of weird with bootlegs, is like, they'll put all this technical information, and I'm pretty sure none of this is real. Let's see, odd thing, though, let's see, where is it? Oh, yeah, it says subtitles, none. That is true, but the weird thing with this is it actually does have closed captioning, which for a bootleg is really bizarre. Oh, also, very professional-looking disc, and it's even in the style of the other Goosebumps DVDs. However, the cover looks more like the old VHS tapes. In fact, I think these are just taken straight from the old VHS tapes, or these descriptions here. So yeah, Goosebumps. Pretty cool to have this just so I can have a complete Goosebumps collection on DVD, or, well, near complete. I don't have every DVD that I want. And, something kind of similar, Nightmare Room. There are a few Nightmare Room DVDs. I have one of them up here. So there's a normal Nightmare Room DVD. It has a couple of episodes. See, does it say how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes, and one of them is a two-parter. There were 2 volumes, so that's 8 episodes altogether. Not, yeah, not very good if you're a completionist, so I was really lucky to find someone who had all of Nightmare Room on DVD, and, yeah, they didn't really put a lot of effort into the discs there. There was no cover, but I drew the logo there myself. And then next up, here's Spider-Man, the complete series. Spider-Man was a Japanese superhero show, which got a dub back in the 70s. This is the dub. I think it's only the dub. I can't remember. Oh, and also, I put it in a kind of crappy box because the original box broke, and I tried to reinforce it with a cover from a Glee DVD. So anyway, Spider-Man is apparently in rights limbo, especially the dub. Same with Space Giants. If you want to get them on DVD in the US, you gotta rely on bootlegs, or like anywhere, because even if you look it up on YouTube, it probably gets copyright claimed by whoever in Japan or something. Let's see, I don't know who made this. On the back it just says Retro Entertainment Services. Alright, that helps. And then this is a cool thing, and also shows I don't think you can find easily anywhere. Maybe they're on Internet Archive. So here we got the 2 Coreys. This was a reality show starring Corey Feldman and Corey Haim going about their lives, doing stuff, and it's fine. Like, I was a big fan of Corey Feldman. Oh, and then we got, yeah, just boring discs. Also, the cover is very strange. It's all just a big pink sheet of paper with a teeny tiny image of them up here. Then on the back, there's rare DVDs, and there's a list of like the kind of stuff this bootlegger carries. Rare DVDs at gmail.com. Wonder if they're still around. And then the other thing that I have here, another Corey Feldman thing, Dweebs. Well, he's not the main focus, but he's the reason I heard of this show. Dweebs is kind of proto-Big Bang Theory with a bunch of awkward nerds focused in a comedy. Oh, and also, yeah, just a blank DVD. Nice cover, though. Doesn't really give a feel for what it's about. The cover is a scene where 2 of the characters are in jail. On the back, let's see. I don't think there's a single image of Corey Feldman anywhere on this, actually, which is kind of weird because I think he's the main draw of this show. And then next up, here's something that doesn't really need to exist, but I got it anyway. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the CGI reboot series. Season 1 through 3. Now, I'm a big He-Man fan. I like having all the He-Man She-Ra shows on DVD. And so when it came to this show, I really liked it, and I wanted to own it on DVD, but at the time, I didn't think it was going to get an official DVD release. So when I came across, oh cool, someone's selling a bootleg set, and it's a really nice set. Comes in a nice box, we got a nice cover there, it's professional looking. The discs even have artwork. And then immediately after I bought this, an official one got announced and released, and I bought it. I love it, but yeah. It is kind of cool to have this, like, just as a novelty, though. Then another TV thing. Mystery Science Theater 3000. For years, Mystery Science Theater 3000 was kind of in a copyright limbo, because by nature of the show, they're looking at different movies every episode, and some of the movies aren't always, like, public domain. So some of these, it was kind of difficult to put them out. But then Shout Factory got the rights, but they were all jumbled up. They would just put out random episodes, and if you wanted them in order, you had to take them out of the boxes and put them all in your own order. And the nice thing with these is these are copies of the original, like, tapes that were circulated around. In fact, that's at the end of some of the episodes, keep circulating the tapes. Now I have nearly all of Mystery Science Theater on official DVDs. There's a few episodes here and there that couldn't get released for copyright reasons. Those are all in there. They're also all up on YouTube for free, I think. But yeah, I just really like those. For one, they go in order, unlike the Shout DVDs, where they're just put out in whatever order. One of the cool things with bootleg tapes and DVDs is they're able to, like, keep certain movies around. Some movies are just lost to time, but if there were bootleggers, then they might have been saved. So, first up, here we got Raggedy Ann and Andy, A Musical Adventure. This movie took off a little while ago and it was uploaded on YouTube, and people have been remastering it. Now, this version is just, I think, a straight rip of a VHS. Which, I don't know, kind of weird that they'd go to the trouble. Like, it's a nice pressed DVD, though. That's nice. No box, so it's just in a spare CD case. The weird thing is, yeah, you can look up the widescreen version on YouTube for free. There's multiple ones remastered up on YouTube, but for whatever reason, this bootlegger decided, no, I'm gonna copy my VHS tape. Like, it's cool if you want the full screen version, I guess, if you have nostalgia specifically for that version. And then next up, here's a weird thing. Indian Yeti, Bayou Flicks Releasing, which I tried looking up, couldn't find any information about. And the interesting thing with this is there's no pictures anywhere of what's actually on this DVD. Oh, and they actually did print the title on there. Kind of a lot of glare on there, but it says Indian Yeti, Bayou Flicks Releasing on there. Oh, and there's a barcode, which is always funny. Like, who's going to scan the barcode of a bootleg DVD? Anyway, oh, and this edition, copyright 2004 Bayou Flicks. I don't think you can do that of a movie you don't own. What this is the Bollywood movie Ajuba Kudrat Ka, I think. It's all about this girl who's kidnapped by gangsters and held hostage. Let's see, these gangsters want to get money from her father or something. He's a rich guy. And then a Yeti comes along and saves the girl and beats up the gangsters. And then the gangsters try to get revenge on the Yeti. And, yeah, it's a pretty basic kids movie, but it's a Bollywood movie, so there's a song and dance number where the girl dances and sings with the Yeti. And it's a really cute movie, and the weird thing with this particular version is it's a copy of a version taped off TV. So some kid in India, back in the 90s, recorded this movie off their TV, and then somebody got a hold of that recording and transferred it to DVD. And it's kind of cool to see all these 90s Indian commercials. there's a whole bunch of commercials for like a laundromat in India, and a video store, and a vacuum store. And one of the weird things with Indian TV, apparently, they don't have a lot of commercial breaks, but what they do have is commercials constantly going across the bottom of the screen. So that's kind of annoying. Also, I don't think there's subtitles on this. I don't remember now, but it's not a hard movie to follow. Okay, next up, Dragon World. Now, this was a co-production of Full Moon? Okay, yeah, Moonbeam Productions, which was Full Moon's, like, a kids division. It's a pretty fun movie about this kid who grows up with a pet dragon, and the dragon gets really hard to control. And I liked this movie as a kid. Oh, and it's even got, like, a nice press art on the disc there. The cover is just a copy of the VHS with the spine squished to fit on here. So anyway, this movie, for whatever reason, was stuck in copyright limbo. I think it was because it was a co-production with Paramount, so Full Moon just couldn't release this movie. There was a direct-to-DVD sequel to this movie that came out. Yay. Looked like garbage. But you can get that version really easy. I really wanted this, so I found a bootleg of it, and a while ago they actually did put out an actual official release of Dragon World, so that was really cool. Good on them. Finally. Took long enough. And here we got Filipino Spider-Man, which is actually a Filipino movie called Gagamboy. It was a parody of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man mixed with just Filipino pop culture nonsense. And it's got a nice little label on the disc there. Filipino Spider-Man, Retro Electro Cinema. Cinema spelled with an S. And it says English subtitled, which technically, but it's pretty crap subtitles. And so yeah, on the back there we got some more very red, yellow, very washed out looking cover art here. I don't know why it's so blurry, but it is, and it's not that big of a deal. So anyway, it's a fun movie. Kind of hard to find in the US, which is why it's nice to have a bootleg of it. I'll talk about how I found out about that movie in the first place. At a flea market, I found this thing. What in the world is this thing? I didn't know either, but it had a DVD in there. You Are the One. Okay, that's quite the DVD cover, and so yeah, we have like some kind of comedy, some romantic comedy, and then Gagamboy there. What in the world is this? Let's see. URD11 Pinoy movie. And then the spine, You Are the One. GMS can play on every DVD player or computer DVD-ROM. Language English, wrong. And then subtitles, Chinese English. There are no subtitles at all. Some of the movies do have subtitles, but it's a toss-up of what language they're gonna be in. Oh, and there's a little thing up here to hang this on a hook or something. Let's see, so... Oh, and then this opens up, and oh, there's that You Are the One. 2008 Crying something World DVD 9 movie. Yeah, this... Filipino DVDs are the wackiest thing. So anyway, what's on here? What is all this? Well, it's all these movies on one disc, kind of. How do they fit that many movies on one disc? Well, here's how. They don't have the whole movie. Most of these are like previews or like extended previews. Like, I'm thinking maybe this was meant to give out to video stores as like a sample thing, or it would play on the TVs that hung around video stores. Remember those? Maybe they had those in the Philippines. I don't know. But anyway, Gagamboy isn't like most of the other movies. Most of the movies, they have the opening, it plays like the first half hour of the movie. Some of them, they do play the entire movie. But Gagamboy, for whatever reason, only plays like the last 20 minutes, including all the end credits. I have no idea what in the world this was all about. This is such a bizarre idea for DVDs. And I got some more. Yeah, I got some Kamen Rider ones. Let's see. Kamen Rider Hibiki, or Masked Rider Hibiki. And then there's a bunch of Japanese, and it says Tagalog down there because it's dubbed in Tagalog. Best quality, best enjoyment. Subtitles English down there, that's a lie. And then there's a hilarious thing on the back here. Oh, and also on the back it says it's PG-13, it's Bollywood, it's a Blu-ray, 1080p, Region A, this DVD disc within the copyright holder. That's all right. Anyway, from Japan, since ancient times, there is enlightenment in the mountains for cultivation, because occasionally change as alien to ghost, the embodiment of the ghosts. They have an extraordinary power, and guard against strange creatures, human demon of monsters attacks, and as such, they were the people to worship his gods, and gradually, the ghost of his capacity to systems, and can be inherited into a school of ghosts and spirits that had been saved by the actions of human beings to help them, composition called warriors of the genre, the clear voice sound caused by the strike weapon, in order to continue, and the magic of monsters to fight. But the modern voice of the soldiers fighting the ghosts still live hunting magic of monsters to kill such a secret life. That's Hibiki, I guess. And then anyway, Masked Rider Blade, which has Decade really big on the cover, but it is Blade. It's like, oh, and Hibiki, this is the first 2.5 episodes of Hibiki. So, and this is the first, like, 2.5 episodes of Blade. I can't remember, I haven't actually watched it. 18 years old, has a very unhappy life, every day can cause bad turmoil, no matter what time would be unfortunate events make run round in circles, because suddenly was the devil with, become very rude hero, regardless of the physical with intelligence and perseverance for the devil suddenly oneself, and play out beyond the power of man, and his greatest weapon is because spend too much unfortunate life, ordinary things have been unable to shake him, also can say some significance of the most reassuring, and, only to the happiness of others and unfortunate reaction sensitive, himself unhappy, or at least wish to save the misfortune of others, he has a good intensity, sometimes, even the Lord all enemy nevertheless so powerful enemies can be repelled. Blade, or Decade, or Agito, and or Deno. All of them. Here's these really, like, uber pointless DVDs. These are, like, dumb little things that come out before the movie is actually out, usually while it's still in theaters. If you go to a flea market, yeah, there'll usually be a couple of guys selling these crappy things, like, recorded in the theater, or off their TV. This one has a lot of, like, really big writing on it. Oh, and there's a spot for a second disc. Where's my second disc? So anyway, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Digital copy also included. Oh, maybe that's what the second spot for a disc was for. And then you had Detective Pikachu. Open that up, and let's see, it's written in pink there. Broken box. Yeah, they've all got these, like, weird, faded, messed up color covers. And then here's some Disney DVDs. Here's a Chinese Lion King DVD, which is nice because it's a rip from the Laserdisc, which is the full uncut original version of the original Lion King. Ignore Kiara. Lion King 2 was not on here. It's only the first one. Let's see, here's a bootleg of Jungle Book, which I have no idea where in the world this came from, but it says widescreen version, and I don't think that's true. I think it's full screen. But it's rated R. Oh no. Like, they just stole the, some of the technical stuff from another DVD, but I don't know why on kids' movies they always seem to steal rated R things. And then, let's see, dual-layered disc, digital sound, closed caption. Actually, one of the weird things, this has multiple language options. On the back of it, it says subtitles, languages, commentary, that's all lies, but it does have, like, English, Chinese, Thai, like, a whole bunch of different dubs on it, which is... Oh, and it came in a really weird box with, like, a thingy in the middle there. I've never seen a box like that. The disc itself is kind of faded and blurry looking and kind of crappy, but it does kind of match up with some other Disney DVDs, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, also says limited issue. Okay, that's a good way to get around it being a bootleg. And then we got the classic Disney bootleg, Song of the South, which can't be released because of ethics reasons, most likely. And there's the disc. They put a lot of effort into it. The cover also, it's very basic. This is a, like, extremely cheapy version of this movie. It's not hard to find bootlegs of Song of the South. In fact, it's really easy. I went to a couple of Comic-Cons, and yeah, like, every bootleg DVD table had Song of the South in some form or another. Weird thing, though, on this cover, they actually did put, like, a custom cover on there. So I don't know why they didn't just print out the custom cover. Oh, and on the back they have the lyrics to Zippity Doo-Dah. That's pretty cool. And then next up, some Star Wars stuff. Here we got the Mandalorian 2-season set, which I got before I was, like, super into Mandalorian at all. So when I bought this, I thought this was an official DVD. For all intents and purposes, this looks totally legit. But yeah, it is a bootleg. It's just a very convincing bootleg. In fact, the covers on the back here, I think, are similar to the covers Disney would eventually use for their Steelbook Blu-ray releases. And then another classic bootleg. Here we got the Star Wars Holiday Special, which, yeah, the only way you can get it is in bootlegs. Oh, and the discs is falling out there. Very nice packaging on this. I like that it's made to match up with the official Star Wars DVDs, so you can put this right alongside all your normal Star Wars DVDs, and it fits right in. And also, it's cool because there's a bunch of bonus features on it. That's something you don't see often with bootlegs. And speaking of Star Wars, here we got the despecialized editions, which I got these versions specifically because of the box art. I really love this box art. Let's see, when I bought these, the seller gave me the option, hey, do you want, like, the discs? So I was like, sure, give me all the discs. So I got 3 different discs in each of these for, each Star Wars original trilogy movie. Okay, and more bootleg DVDs. I'll start off with some Power Rangers DVDs. Let's see, now back in the day, the, like, really popular Power Ranger bootleg DVDs you could get were these things. These are the collector's editions down there. I have Mighty Morphin through Lightspeed Rescue. And it's all the same basic design. You got the Rangers in these little cubes up here with the logo down there. And, yeah. I think they were putting these out for quite a while. Like, this was a really popular style that stuck around for a long time. Like, I remember seeing, like, samurai DVDs floating around that had a similar cover style to this. It was so popular that other bootleggers would bootleg that style. So here we got, yeah, some Mighty Morphin DVDs that are trying to look kind of sort of like it. I don't know whatever. And then here we got, let's see, this is a bootleg Operation Overdrive DVD from Indonesia. And, let's see, so yeah, it's got the typical things where it's got a bunch of nonsense down here. It's got an R rating because they stole it from something else. Oh, and there's a huge list of bonus features. None of that's on here. The disc looks nice, though. Like, it looks like an officially pressed disc and everything, although the logo was kind of fuzzy there. Anyway, yeah, the weird thing with this is when you put it in, it is the right episodes that are supposed to be on this, but the Jetix logo was in the corner. They just taped these off TV. Here's the complete collection of Time Force in a teeny tiny little box, and on the back there's a bunch of pictures of German DVDs for some reason, and when I open this up, yeah, there's no way all the discs fit in this, so they're all falling out everywhere. This box fell apart. I'm guessing it never really stayed together too well. And here we got a bootleg DVD set of Dino Supercharge, which, yeah, all the discs are stacked on top of each other. This took a very long time to come for some reason. Back when I was trying to collect just all the Power Rangers on DVD, we didn't have the holiday episodes for Supercharge, and even though they suck, I really wanted them. So I found a site that had it, I ordered it, and it didn't come, and like a year had passed, and I was like, okay, I guess it's not gonna come. I tried going to the site had like completely changed. I couldn't figure out how to order stuff anymore. Oh, and there's a really long, like, Wikipedia copy-paste on the back. Anyway, eventually it did come. I have no idea why they bothered at that point, but cool, I guess. Here's another DVD of the 2017 movie. This is one of these ones I found at the flea market. Yeah, it's got that weird cover. I don't even know what to call this kind of style. Like, deep fried, I guess. Oh, and there's the disc. Prinko budget. Cool thing with this, though, is there's no subtitles, and I don't mean, like, Spanish, French, whatever, but, like, the actual subtitles that are a part of the movie. At the beginning, when Zordon and Rita are talking, it's subtitled because they're talking in an alien language. On here, those subs aren't there. Later, when Zack is talking to his mother in Korean or whatever, no subtitles. Very weird. I don't know why in the world it's like this. I guess it's like a rough cut copy or something. Also, it won't play in a Blu-ray player for too long. If you play it for a little while, you get a message that says playback not available or something. I don't know. So, very weird. Maybe this was like a test copy that got leaked out and somebody copied it for whatever reason. And then some Power Rangers adjacent stuff. Here's bootlegs of Masked Rider and Mystic Knights. Masked Rider bootlegs are weird. I have another set of discs, but they don't have like cover art or a box, so I just left that up there because this is a bit more interesting to look at. You got the logo, we got a picture of the family, and then there's a Wikipedia copy-paste on the back. Let's see, the other versions, the opening plays at the beginning, and then the rest of it is just the episodes. No end credits and no opening. On that one, yeah, every episode has the opening and end credits, or at least most of them do. A few of them, the end credits are cut off. And then Mystic Knights here, yeah, this is one of the worst quality DVDs, which is too bad, because, like, the box art is nice, actually. And we've actually got printing on the discs. But yeah, the quality is some of the absolute worst I've ever seen, even on bootlegs. But it plays. It's every episode in order, so better than nothing. Actually, there is a better option. Somebody remastered Mystic Knights. It's on Internet Archive. If you want to watch it, just watch those. Don't pick up this DVD. There's also a Blu-ray version of that. I don't know which version they're using, if it's those, like, really horrible VHS rips, or if it's the Internet Archive nice-looking one. Here we got Battle Fever J. At first glance, this looks like it might be an official DVD. But then you notice the spine is, like, kind of misaligned there. Because, yeah, it is indeed a bootleg. So, that's unfortunate. Or fortunate, because, yeah, they're not going to put this out over here anytime soon. Oh, and we got the technical information down there, and it's all actually correct. Huh. Cool. And then next up, here's some interesting things. VHS rips of O-Ranger versus Kaku Ranger and Car Ranger versus O-Ranger. Cool. And that's all they are, is VHS rips. On plain DVDs, somebody scribbled the names on there. These even have commercials at the beginning, and if you watch them all the way to the end, I think there's commercials after the end credits also. Oh, and no subtitles, because I'm guessing, I don't know, someone in Japan had these tapes, and they were like, oh, I have a DVD player now, I should copy these to DVD, and so they just did that to have these on DVD. Even the covers, they're just the VHS covers, like, photocopied in color. And then here's a couple of weird ones. The Deca Ranger movie, Girls in Trouble, and Bokanger vs. Super Sentai, which has a kind of weird bluish cover. Like, there's a weird blue shine to it. It's really weird. So anyway, the covers are just direct copies of the Japanese covers, except for the technical information down there. Let's see. Yeah, they just replaced, like, subtitles, English, region, all. This one, they tried to do the same, but they couldn't quite get the all on the region logo there, so it's kind of fallen off. Oh, and the discs. Kind of foggy, but, yeah, the discs look pretty good, too. I think they're just straight copies of the Japanese ones. Here we got two more, or well, this is a VHS rip, I believe. This is a copy of the Chinese Mong dub of Hurricaneger. And there's the disc, isn't that creative? Ninja Quabligua 2. Yeah, Mong's a Chinese language, I think. And it's written in English. Oh, and there's a thing on the back that says not for rent. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. And then right here we have this is the wrong case. It's actually Gokaiger versus Gavan, but the cover is Goseiger versus Shinkenger, or Kumsiab Twadab. I think that's how it's pronounced, I don't know. And on the disc it has Power Rangers Megaforce for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. Kum Tes Twadab, which is Gokaiger versus Gavan and Mong, I guess. Okay, next up, stick with Japanese stuff. Here we got Space Warriors 2000, with a cover that I think is just generic Ultraman art. It's not specific to this movie. Oh yeah, this is where I stuck the old Shout Factory Ultra 7 booklet. I forgot I put that there. Okay, anyway, what this is a kind of sort of lost movie. Back in the 80s, some stupid company went to Chayo, the company, the Thai company, I think, that pretends they own Ultraman. I think they still try to, like, grift that. This company went to them and paid them for Ultraman footage, and they edited it together into this movie. And obviously, they didn't actually own Ultraman. This company did not pay the actual rights holders to use Ultraman. So in Japan, Subaraya saw this thing and they were like, hey, wait, that's ours, you can't use it. And I guess the company, yeah, they were dirt cheap. They weren't going to pay, like, these people who actually own it because they had already paid the thieves. So yeah, the thing got pulled and was never seen again, but it did survive. There was, like, a tape floating around that somebody, like, tracked down and then converted to DVD. And interesting thing, produced by Steven Manasian, who I think was a producer on the original Friday the 13th. And then another Japanese thing, The Wolfman vs. Godzilla. Teeny tiny image there. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, just the one tiny image on this CD case, but yeah. And there's the disc. Wow. So what this is I think the, as much of Wolfman vs. Godzilla, or the Wolfman meets Godzilla, whatever, as they could find. This was a Japanese, like, fan film from the 80s that someone put together. And then here we got, let's see, Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie, and kinda like those couple of Sentai movies, it's just a straight copy of the Japanese cover, except they put all and English subs in the technical stuff. But then on the spine, they just put a piece of tape that says Space Sheriff Gavan the movie. Oh, and like that Day of the Dead DVD, it's printed right on there. So that's really cool. And weird. And here we got Akumizer 3, Volume 1. Okay. Why was it separated into volumes? And, again, nice printing on the disc, nice cover back art. I don't know why it was divided into volumes, because I could never find any other volumes of this. I don't know, maybe this was distributed years ago by some bootleg tokusatsu site or something, because that Battle Fever J one has a very similar, like, text font and style. Let's see, Japanese, English subtitles, Anyway, I like Akumizer 3, so this was cool to find. And here we got Pulgasari, the, Korean movie, and, you know, the funny thing is, there's no Korean anywhere on this. The cover here is from a Japanese poster, I think, and then the disc itself copies, like, a Thai disc or something? I don't know what language that is. So that's kind of funny that, yeah, it's a Korean movie, but, yeah, you're not seeing Korean anywhere on it, and there's no back cover. And the spine is just written in pen. And then here we got Hanuman and the Five Kamen Riders, which is a bootleg of a bootleg movie. Yeah, they took... Oh, and this was something funny. Hanuman versus the Seven Ultramen. They printed the wrong title on the disc, even though it is indeed Hanuman versus the Kamen Riders. So here's something funny. Shin Kamen Uncut Edition. The Masked Rider horror version movie. And then the original horrific concept for Masked Rider. Violent version Masked Rider. So this is Kamen Rider Shin, or Shin Masked Rider, as it says there. Horror version movie. Yeah, it does say horror version movie there. So I just thought that was funny because they were trying to make it sound like a horror movie, I guess, which there's horror elements in there, sure, but whatever. We got Daigoro versus Goliath, and it's even got like a printed cover. Nice. This is an obscure kaiju flick from Japan about this monster here, and there's a bully monster that keeps stealing his food, and there's Daigoro's mother there, who's only in a small part of the movie, but she should have a bigger part. She should have gotten her own movie, because, like, she is freaking cool looking. Oh, and then there's a bunch of goofy stuff going on with some humans, and I watched it years ago. I don't remember what was going on. I can't remember if I had subtitles or not. And then next up here is Gorath, a Toho movie, which I don't think has a US release yet. And there's the spine, just written in pen and no back cover, but it does have a nice printed cover on the disc. And here's a weird thing, a double feature of The Monster Snowman and Half Human, another Toho movie that probably isn't going to get a re-release anytime soon, as it was banned in Japan due to racist depictions of the Ainu people, the natives of Japan. Which, after watching it, yeah, I can understand why they'd be upset about it, but I don't think it's, like, so bad that they had to pull it permanently. But anyway, yeah. The Japanese version is actually pretty good, and there's Half Human with John Carradine, and it is not good. It's very, very boring, and a lot of the cool stuff, like the atmosphere of the movie, is just gone because John Carradine never shuts up. And then here we got Godzilla 1985, and also Return of Godzilla on 2 different DVD-Rs. That's unusual. Usually, if there's multiple, like, blank discs for a bootleg, they'll all be the same, but here, it's 2 different ones, for whatever reason. Oh, and also, this cover, this was a popular cover style for bootleg Godzilla DVDs years ago. Which, yeah, just copied straight from Japanese DVDs, and unlike those Sentai ones, they didn't bother changing any of the technical information. It still says Region 2 and all that. And I think that's all the Japanese stuff I have, so I think we're finally done with that. The Ramones, music late in 1978. There is an official version of this, which I thought that's what I was buying. But it wasn't what I got. I got a bootleg DVD. Memorex. So that was disappointing. Like, I have an official copy now, but man, at the time, that annoyed me so much, because, like, there's an official DVD of this. I want just the normal DVD. Okay, and then here we got The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Yeah, it's just blank, no cover or anything. Or, well, yeah, the box has a cover, the discs don't. Kind of a cheesy looking cover. Also, it's very blurry. There's some text there, and I can't read it because of how blurry it is. There's an episode list here, also blurry. I can't read it. Whoever printed this, like, they didn't have it in full resolution or something. Here's a cartoon thing, Tiny Toon Adventures Specials. Oh, and there's the title on the disc, yay. And on the back, there's a list of the specials, plus descriptions of them, and, yeah, written for ants. Anyway, I stuck a couple of pictures of the 2 that actually matter. This has, I think, all the specials. Night Ghoulery, Spring Break, How I Spent My Vacation, but I really just got it for Spring Break and Night Ghoulery, because they don't have official releases for whatever dumb reason. See, Night Ghoulery, there's a bunch of promos for Night Ghoulery from when it aired on 4Kids TV, or CW 4Kids, or something, and it's so weird to see it in, like, high quality, high definition, but then the actual special that's included on here is a VHS rip. Huh. Kind of disappointing when you see what could have been, and then you see what you got. And then next up, here's a cool thing. Freddy's Nightmares. Yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street show, kinda, sorta, hosted by Freddy. Nice discs there. There's various versions of this, because, like, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street show, but there's no, like, official release. Why not? Let's see, on the back of it, let's see. Oh yeah, it says 12 discs. Okay. So yeah, the cover is, like, recycled from something else, plus it doesn't even fit in the box. And then on the back, let's see. This DVD edition contains the complete series of 44 episodes. Okay. And then we get some screenshots that are too blurry to tell what they are. Another Nightmare on Elm Street thing. The Bollywood Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Over 2 hours long of Hindi horror cinema. English subtitled. The Bollywood Nightmare on Elm Street, same thing on the back. And then there's the disc, which actually has the real title, Mahakal, which, yeah, at the time, I had, like, no hope that this would be coming out in the US. No hope at all, which is why I bought this. But then, suddenly, we got it. There is an official release of Mahakal in the US. It's crazy. Let's see, this was put out by Massacre Video, and I actually did a video about this, and there's a link to where you can buy it, at least I think. I don't know if it's still available. It's been a couple of years now. It might have sold out by now. Yeah, here's two of those, like, flea market bootlegs of the 2009 remake movie, reboot, whatever. And the weird thing, they're completely different. Let's see, this one has widescreen edition and Comic Sans up there. Yeah, really. Oh, and also the subtitle, Welcome to Crystal Lake. And there's a little angry face down here. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Oh, and the angry face is on the spine, too. Then there's a little description. Then there's a copyright 2009 OEM. I don't know what that's all about. And then here's the other one. No angry face. And also has, like, the cast list down here. But it's so blurry you can't read it. And then on the spine, yeah, on the back of it, it's completely different. Way more colorful. Let's see, there's a starring, there's a description, a bunch of screenshots and promo images, and they even list, like, a bunch of, like, the producers, MPAA rating, release date, runtime, genre, starring, director, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and, let's see, there's what somebody wrote on the disc there. What was on the disc of the other one? Was there anything? Nope. Spider-Man, the 1990s Fox Kids Spider-Man show, which, yeah, I have no idea why there's not a DVD set of this yet. Like, Disney cleared up the rights to Spider-Man, right? Or Sony? Or actually, Disney's working with Sony on new releases, so I really don't know what the story is with this. Like, what's keeping the Spider-Man cartoon from getting a DVD release? Like, there's rumors about there might be a new spin-off show, and yet we don't even have the original show on DVD. And then here's Spider-Man Unlimited. Oh, there's actually art on the discs. Cool. Pretty simple, basic DVD, but it's just really cool to have Spider-Man Unlimited on DVD. Hulk and the Agents of Smash, which was a very recent show, and didn't get a single DVD release. I don't know why. Like, it wasn't great, but I liked it okay. It was kind of cool to see all the guest stars. And then here's the Silver Surfer DVD, which, yeah, it's one of these ones. Like, this is a popular type of custom cover for Marvel shows. And one of the really weird things, there was a cover, like, sticker on the disc, and it was peeling up on the corners, so it wouldn't work in my DVD player. So I tore it off, only to find below it is another, like, identical cover printed right on the disc. So what was the point? Why bother putting a sticker over this sticker? It doesn't make it... It's so stupid. So they just ruined what would have otherwise been like a fairly legit-looking DVD release. It could have fooled somebody. Okay, next up, oh, one more live-action thing. Here's, let's see, Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. Yeah, the one that's supposedly so bad it couldn't be released, even though they followed it up with 3 frickin' terrible movies. What were they thinking? And then here's Doomed, the documentary about the Fantastic Four movie. Oh, and Doomed bonus disc, which I don't remember what was even on that. I think it was like an extra couple of interviews or something. But yeah, this movie deserves to get a release. I have no idea what in the world they were thinking not putting it out, because it's fine. Like, it's so weird to me that, like, oh no, we can't put this out, but then they put out, like, Mutant X, which was, like, I remember seeing that as a kid and thinking, oh hey, that's kind of like X-Men. And then I realized, oh, it was supposed to be X-Men? Well, boy, that stunk. Here we got As Told by Ginger, which officially has, I think, 2 or 3 DVDs, but they're just random episode compilations and then the finale, I think. Anyway, this is a very nice DVD set for a really good cartoon that definitely deserves more love, and like, it deserves to have gotten like a normal DVD release. Nickelodeon has done so many DVD releases, I don't know why As Told by Ginger was left out. Here's a bootleg Aqua Teen Hunger Force DVD. On the spine, I put the logos from all the other seasons, because they're all included on here. Let's see, there's a list I made of stuff, and there's the discs, blank except for the logo. And one of the cool things is there's a bunch of bonus features on this. There's the TV premiere of the movie, which was an April Fool's prank. It's shrunk and played in the corner of C-Lab and Family Guy or something. There's the banned episode Boston, unfinished and also banned episode, I guess. And a whole bunch of commercials, promos, and tons of stuff. And then here's a bare bones Aqua Teen bootleg, which, yeah, the cover is just the first season's cover. And what this is a collection of the final couple of seasons. It didn't get a DVD release until a while ago, which I did a video about the new complete series set, which isn't really a complete series. It's missing 1 episode. Beast Wars. Here's the 2 Beast Wars animes on Blu-ray. This one has subtitles, and they're really good, but they're also a bit glitchy. Sometimes they won't show up in time. Other times they'll flash really quickly, so you don't have the chance to read them. And then here's the other Beast Wars anime, which, yeah, Japanese raw audio. No subtitles on that one, but it's Transformers. It's pretty easy to figure out what's going on, usually. It's, you know, the good guys go fight with the bad guys, and it's not super complicated. It's Transformers. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This is a really cool thing, 'cause I freaking love Billy and Mandy. Oh, and also, yeah, we got artwork for the discs. That's really nice. It's not a super legit-looking DVD. The cover is really blurry. Oh, and the spine, there was nothing there, so I wrote Billy and Mandy with a silver marker, because that was the only thing that would show up on this black paper they have. Okay, moving on. Here's a bootleg Blu-ray of Black Star. This is like a copy of the official DVD of Black Star, and the disc art is disc 1 of the Black Star official DVD, which is out of print and ridiculously rare and expensive now for no good reason. Oh, and also the menu messes up on this. If you don't select something right away, it freezes. And here we got this big friggin' beast here for Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which, funny thing on the cover, it used to say 13 DVDs, but it's actually like 14 DVDs or something, so they just tried to black it out, but it didn't really work. Spine, back cover, let's see. Yeah, nothing on the discs, unfortunately. The discs are all just blank, and part of my list ripped and fell out there. Okay, next up, Wildcats on Blu-ray. Oh, and it's in one of these cases that are, yeah, popular with superhero stuff in general. This is another one where the menu freezes if you don't hurry up and select something. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. There's the microscopic sticker for disc... yeah. I don't know why there's a piece of paper in the back. Here we got It's the Girl in the Red Truck, Charlie Brown, and yeah, this is a VHS rip, and the cover is just a copy of the VHS. And it's a blank DVD, nothing special. Disney's Doug on Blu-ray. And it also includes the movie, but the movie, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think it's a copy of the old Disney Club Exclusives DVD. So the end credits cut in the middle, and there's no documentary at the end, which really disappointed me because, like, that was one of the things I kind of liked when I was younger watching that movie. I looked forward to the documentary. Okay, next up, the Goliath Chronicles Gargoyles, and there's a smiley, happy TV on the back. Isn't he cute? And then there's the discs. Just boring. And right here is Golan the Insatiable, which originally didn't have anything on the cover, so I printed off this picture I found on Pixiv. Next up, yeah, the Netflix She-Ra on DVD. This is the complete first season. There's the custom cover somebody made. There's the discs. One of the reasons I held on to this particular She-Ra bootleg is because the Netflix She-Ra did a really cool thing at the beginning where they would have Netflix go across the screen and it would do it in the style of the old Filmation logo. And I thought that was so cool and creative. And on the normal DVD, it's not there. But it's on this. So if you want the cool little Filmation homage Netflix logo, gotta track down a bootleg of the old She-Ra cartoon. Here's another weird movie bootleg I have. Here's a Chinese Hong Kong Lord of the Rings DVD in this weird flat kind of box that you see sometimes. Yeah. Let's see, there's a thing, super movie feature, for superior and picture quality. Special edition, let's see. Top movie info for fans. Like, you love all the English all over here. And on the top, there's the cast and Peter Jackson listed alongside the cast. They did make a toy of him as a hobbit that one time. You think he was actually in this somewhere? And anyway, the really funny thing here is the description on the back. The technical stuff, not really anything super funny down there. This description is the funny one. 3 generations of acclaimed actors team up in The Score, intriguing crime thriller, all one word, that marks, also all one word. The legendary Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando have shared the screen, also starring A. Norton. The Score wowed critics and audiences alike. When expert safecracker Nick Wells, De Niro, decides it might be time to settle down with his girlfriend Diane and stick to his legitimate business, running a jazz nightclub in Montreal, his friend and partner Max Brando has other plans. Heavily in debt, a crime boss, Max needs Nick to pull one last heist, help novice thief Jack Teller Norton steal a scepter worth from the House of Customs. Tempted by the million payday, Nick reluctantly agrees to do the job. But what starts out as a safe het, I think it's het and not bet, turns into a Irish gamble when a clash of egos threatens to bring all down, ... And then here's a bootleg Blu-ray of She-Ra, which the last couple episodes are stubborn and don't always want to work. And here we got Super Dave, which is a pretty obscure old Fox Kids cartoon, which I didn't even see on Fox Kids. I saw like a tape of it that got released. And there's a really interesting story with this guy's sidekick who, he is on the disc art. Oh, there he is. In the corner there, you can see his eyes poking out in his hat. Here's a bootleg DVD set of Sonic Boom. And the cool thing with this is it's in, like, the proper air date order. And also there's some commercials taped, which is funny. So in the corner of a couple of episodes, there's a little timer. It says Countdown to Beast Boy's birthday. And here we got the Simpsons shorts. This is all the Tracy Ullman Simpsons shorts collected on a single DVD. Isn't that cool? And here we got the Red Walls spin-off, sequel, whatevers, prequel. Season 2 and 3, Madame Mayo and Martin the Warrior, which I got on bootlegs because the official DVDs are ridiculously expensive for no good reason. And here we got a bootleg Recess DVD, which is all TV recordings, and it's not super good quality. Oh, but disc art, though. One of the annoying things with this is there's a gigantic Toon Disney logo taking up
so much space, way too much space. It does not need to be that big, that in your face on every single episode. Very irritating. Especially since Recess, like, has yet to get, like, an official DVD release. There are, like, individual releases, but they're just random episodes, they don't go in order, and, yeah. It deserves, like, a full series release. Get on that, Sony. And here we got Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, which there is the first season out of, which I don't even like that much. The first season isn't very good. It's just, like, more of the same, like, garbage that, like, Scooby-Doo had been for a while, except we have annoying Scrappy-Doo there. But then later on, Scrappy-Doo got a little better, and then they dropped the other Mystery Inc. characters, and you'd think, like, that would be bad, but actually I felt like the show got better once they left, and it was just Scooby and Shaggy and Scrappy going off and doing silly things. And then there's also episodes of this show that are really bizarre. I did not remember these at all from when I was a kid watching this. There's an episode where Scooby goes to a ski resort, he's walking on two legs, there's this poodle girl he likes, but then she has a boyfriend who's like a bully bulldog, and he's walking on two legs, and it's like a weird Looney Tunes Tom and Jerry type of world where they're, like, I don't know if there are humans, but they're, like, not around. And then moving on, here we got Powerpuff Girls Z, which is okay, and there's actually a couple of different DVDs in here. There's these color ones, which I think are the English dub, but not the entire English dub, because, I don't know. And then there's these discs that are all just blank, that are the Japanese original version, with subtitles. I don't know, I don't get it. And here's a bootleg Blu-ray of Owl House, only the first season. And it's, like, a very skinny box. I've never seen a box this skinny. And then, yeah, the cover on the disc is, like, really stretched for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. And, yeah, the last couple episodes don't work. And here we got Lilo and Stitch the series on DVD, which, really cool DVD, really boring discs. This is a cool show. Disney has so many cool shows that they just bury and pretend they don't exist. Or you might be able to find them on Disney Plus, but they're not gonna get a DVD or Blu-ray release, so if they're removed from Disney Plus, they're gone. Last up, I guess, House of Mouse. And I just watched an episode last night. House of Mouse was pretty cool, and it's actually getting kind of a resurgence in popularity. People are sharing clips around on Twitter, people are seeing clips on YouTube, and people are saying, hey, this was kind of a hidden gem. When I was a kid, I remember liking this, but as an adult, there's, like, way more to appreciate, and it's one of those types of cartoons. Oh, and I just watched a random episode of this. I was, like, bored, and I was like, what haven't I watched? Well, I took a random disc, put it in, picked a random episode, and it was all about Pete had to, like, be the host of the House of Mouse for one night, and the audience hated him, and everybody leaves, and the others are trying to cover up and pretend that, oh no, see, it's okay, there is an audience, and they're, like, moving puppets around. And Pete sings this really cool song, Da Boom, and he says his grandmother taught it to him. Then he goes to his own nightclub, and the only one in the audience is his grandmother, but I guess that's good enough for him. It was a fun show. Anyway, there's a crap ton of bootlegs that I have, and thought it'd be fun to go over, talk about some of the weird little things about each of them. So yeah, I think that's all the bootleg DVDs I have that I want to go over. There's others that I have here and there, but there's not really anything super interesting to go into. It's like just, here's a thing, not really anything interesting about it. So yeah, I think that's it. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. So yeah.